Hey, welcome back to Branching Out. I'm going to show you a bunch of things today, just small chores that I don't really make videos of, so I'm just going to combine them all together. So we're going to throw in some potatoes, even though they don't have eyes yet. Or this is just some of my Miracle Grow. This has got Coco Coir and Miracle Grow, so there's a lot more Miracle Grow than Coir. I'm putting in some of these Red Delicious apples that I had in the fridge. We're taking all the good ones and potting them up right now. We filled up the cat with coolant. She was giving me a code, and we're removing all of my stuff from upstairs into the greenhouse or down to the better growing area in the greenhouse. So these are all so far. What do we got there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them so far, and I have a few more. I have been growing some, but they've been kind of dying. I've been using the wrong stuff. I kind of used compost, like straight compost. Don't do that. We're gonna go up to the greenhouse, and you can see all my tools. I gotta plant a couple trees. I've already dug the holes. I got the hoe in there to cut some weeds. I got this thing here. I gotta do some branches. So we're gonna show you all of this. And then we got the brush cutter to cut some of the high weeds away from some of the beds. But lots of chores going on. One of the other things I did here too, over here, is cleaned out all this area. I know it doesn't look like much, and if you haven't been following me, there was all of my wood stuff here, which I've been using in the gardens as a type of mulch, you could say. Because when you put a board down, it helps with the weed suppression. So that's what I've been doing. So I've been cleaning up all of this. Got one more thing right here. We cut back just down there at the end of the bridge. Raspberries are doing really good, I guess. So they're kind of falling over. They're so heavy. They're so heavy that they're kind of falling over here towards me. Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation there. I got to get in there and cut out that grapevine. Yeah, we got our plants back there, seeds. Stay tuned. We're gonna head out back, and we'll show you some more of the food forest and the orchard. Show you what's going on. Of course, now that I've done all my planting, these are all Red Delicious. There might be a Fuji in here. These are also Red Delicious. I didn't realize I had that many seeds growing over the winter time. And we got a couple other, these are Galas. I'm gonna try and put a couple of these in the back tree line today. So just like I said, one more thing that I'm doing, as well as cleaning up the greenhouse. When it was cooler, I was in the greenhouse. It's 45 degrees in the greenhouse right now. So, yeah, I'm just gonna give these guys a good little soak here, and then we're gonna move on to the next job. So I'll just show you the greenhouse and what we've been kind of cleaning up a little bit. I know it looks like a mess still, but check it out. When it gets cooler, I'll come in here and I'm gonna organize these pots a bit more. I got more over here. These are ones that have been used and or over and over again for transportation purposes. Got my cuttings box here with the sand. And yeah, back here, I've been laying the tarps down a little better to keep those weeds down. You can see on the right side there, I got lots of weeds. Over here is a little better. We're gonna keep working on that until weeds don't grow in here. But I'm just gonna flick down to the end. You can just see what's going on here. And then I'm just gonna go down to the end there and show you my prickly pear. I got my little solar system here. Some cages that I use to protect the plants. So, like I said, and I just got rid of an apparatus here. I just sold it, so trying to get rid of, reduce and reuse kind of thing, you know. Take some money, maybe put it into some wood chips or something like that. But yeah, so now we got these. We got our prickly pear here. They're doing fantastic. They are just doing great. They come back every year, as you can see. Gotta get rid of some of these thorny weeds here. Here, they're starting to flower, so we're getting flowers on our prickly pear. I don't know how long it's gonna take to hopefully get fruit on it, but there they are. There's 3 of them, and I'm gonna propagate these and have these go end up all the way down in the greenhouse, because they're the only thing that can grow through the winter. They can kind of shut off in the winter time, and then they grow again in the spring. So we're gonna fill it up with prickly pear in here, because it's what's gonna live. I don't have any power out here. Don't have any real water out here. Nothing's run out here. I have to bring it out here. So that's why I have a tote that I fill up from the runoff with my pump. And then I have my backside here, which we'll get out there in a minute and show you, which I also collect 24,000 liters of water. And out here through the winter, well, we had some dead ones from last year. That's what these pots are, some of these. This here are some strawberries that were neglected down in the food horse when I brought them up and nursed them back to health. These were more galas that just didn't make it. They didn't want to come back. Same thing with over there. So we'll be taking the dirt and the wood chips out of them and reuse. So we'll be reusing them. Get some more strawberries in here. And again, I got a dead dwarf cherry right there. And again, these are all odds and ends here that died. I had 2 wisteria last year that died too. And the only thing that really kind of came back was the lilacs here. So these are the lilacs. Yeah, and then I got to clean up these 2 things here. So on the list and get in there. And there's good soil in there too. They're just weeds growing in there right now. So we'll be pulling all them out and we'll sift it up and let it dry out and then use it for pot later or potting up later. That's about it. Yeah, I got some mulberries on here. They're starting. I did a good cutting last year because I took cuttings from it, which are right here. So these cuttings right here, which struggled indoors, they struggled. They did okay for a little while, and then they struggled pretty bad. So now they're out here. I got another lavender right here. I've cut back all the dead off it and looking for more of that. Oh, look at this, a nice one there. And then I think one of these is a Hazcap here. There's a blueberry, and again, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, I have some of my raspberries over here. I better give them a drink. They probably need one. I forgot all about them. They're just cuttings that I took from last year's cutting. Like I was just doing some pruning on the wild black raspberries. And I'll be taking them and putting them over here and help building up this one line on Berry Hill here, because this one right here is all black raspberries except for the weeds and stuff. So get in there eventually, cut some out, and we'll be all around. So I didn't put the garden right here where I used to. I did use the things. We'll get down there. I'm gonna get all around. I'm all over the place right now. So just bear with me, stay tuned. There's my 24,000 liters collecting rainwater, and now it'll be shut off now because it's pretty much full and we'll be using them on someone else. Next year, maybe I'll get into the hardware and start really running it. It runs down there into the bottom there, down to my other maples, but we'll get down there too. All right, I'm also in the process. I'm right out here removing this big brush and all around it too. So I'm using this little battery operated trimmer. It's an Edo. I don't recommend it. It's a cheap version, and the chain, you can see how loose the chain is. It's just made with plastic parts, so. But it's done its job, I guess. We're gonna cut some of this down until we can get down to the closer the bottom, and then I'll come in with the chainsaw and stump it off, and we'll get rid of it. Cut the rest of this here. So this is just another project I'm working on, as of many. All right, so I cleaned up the mess. Now it's just a matter of the chainsaw finishing it off. And I'll probably come in with a shovel and kind of dig in a little bit, make sure I get it really down low. I want to get it lower than that so I don't catch it on the lawnmower. But yeah, one more thing. Another mess I got to clean up, so we're just gonna kind of do this. So we're back at my tree line here. This is halfway point. We have another 5 acres or so that is farmed out, and this is just useless space, but there are fruit trees that grow here. There's a couple of pears, a couple of apples along here. That's all pears right there. And I've already dug a few holes. So I'm gonna put in 3 gala apples that I grew from last year from seed, and they're doing pretty good. You can see this is doing pretty good. It's even got another little crotch there. We got a couple of straight ones there. And you're probably wondering what this is on the top of my head. Now my girlfriend got me this. I did some research, and dragonflies help deter black flies and deer flies and just regular flies. I'm not sure about the mosquitoes or not, but something was bugging me up there while I was working. So I put this on, and it leave me alone. So what we're gonna do is just jump ahead though. So yeah, you can get one of these. I know it looks silly. but I can't help it, man. It's better than holding with 2 hands and then having a fly around your head that you can't get away because you're too busy. But whatever works, right? Use what works. I recommend it. It's worked so far for me. So we got a couple holes here. We're gonna do every other one in a gala, and then we're gonna worry about whatever comes growing this year or this season, and then we'll come back here and we'll put even more. There's lots of room to put stuff here, down this row, and or a little bit down on the path, but it's a lot more clearing, a lot more work to do. So we're gonna get started. It's another project I gotta work on, get rid of and clean up a lot of the stuff that's in pots I really want in the ground. When they stay in the pot, I run the risk of them not surviving, either from neglect or some type of root fungus, bacteria, something's happening to a bunch of different trees. And like all of my chestnuts, they didn't make it through the year. So we're gonna get them into the ground. So let's get going. We're just gonna jump ahead and I'll show you. And there we have it. 1, 2, 3. So we got one on each side of the east one, so in between. And then we got beyond that little patch of pear tree, we'll put a few more trees in there too as well whenever we get a chance. Depends on what we get grown this year. I'm really hoping my cherries will start to germinate in the fridge. All right, we got a few more chores to do and then I'm gonna sign off. All right, this is a Santa Rosa plum. So what I've been meaning to do is, most of them already have wood chips on them already, but I'm gonna keep going and get more and do all of the trees. And these are some of my biggest, these are the second trees I put in that were already grown 5, 6, 7 feet when I bought them. So, but you can see, look at all the plums. Like there's just like a ton of plums on this tree, just tons of them. So we're gonna put some of the leftover compost that we had from our little job there, and then we're gonna put a bag of wood chips here too. So let's just get that done. And here's how we do that again. All right, these are all pumpkins. All pumpkins, doing well. And when they get just a little bit bigger than that, I'll go in and I'll pluck out every other one. I'm growing a little close. Get your lavender in here. And over here, same thing. Pumpkins going this way. And along the back sides and the back, I have sunflowers. So we'll see if they come up. It's hard to tell if they're gonna actually come up. So it looks like they might. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So we're supposed to get some rain on Tuesday, which we could really need. We could really use a good dosing. And then, like I said, when I had all those wood that I moved, that I was talking about earlier, I brought them down here. This is there was cardboard on there, and that was just used to weigh it down. But what I do is I grab it and I put it in here. See, I moved a lot of these logs, made bigger and better rails, more visible. And yeah, look at that. So we're struggling right here with our blueberry. Yeah, I always struggle with these blueberries, man. I just want to give up on them. But you can see I just put them in here. This is what I do. Help flatten down the grass a bit, keep it a little bit in check. And that's about it. And then we got our pond over here. Got some daisies, some other little flowers, and yeah. Not a lot of my wildflowers came up except for the daisies here. But these bulrushes are just atrocious, man. And I changed the pond up a bit. So went in here and curved it down, so when the water, I gotta clean this up a little bit here. I'll take some of this lumpy stuff out, just scrape it up, push it out of the way, whatever. And then this is what I did. I took out this big mound that was here. It was like this all the way across, which was the actual pond itself. When I dug it out, I put it right there as a berm. And that was a mistake. I should have put it on the other side or something, I don't know. But see, now it's getting drier. I'll come in here and I'll take a few shovelfuls out of here and try to connect it to the other side of the pond. And then with the rain and the snow and the weather, it'll all smooth out eventually. So that was the idea. Made it a little bit bigger, a little more room. And I also, because it's the ground goes this way down, right? So I wanted to get rid of the berm and allow some of that rainwater that runs off in the spring and whatnot to come back into the pond. Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing lastly. I'm gonna skip the potatoes today. I was gonna put potatoes in, but I'm getting kind of hungry. So we're gonna get over there. I'll show you the last thing I'm gonna do as I work my way home. Some cherries. I probably won't get them before the bugs do, but not bad. Showing we got cherries next year. Should be a bumper crop, maybe the year after, even better. More plums. More plums, definitely more plums. There's not as good as that other one, but it's doing well. Peaches all got the peach leaf curl, and they are struggling. So the last thing I'm doing here is I'm on the left side of the property here, and I got to get rid of some of these branches that are a little low lying here. They're kind of dangling down a little too far. So we're going to take those off. A couple of branches up there. So we'll take a picture coming back. We're just going to work our way up there and then head towards the greenhouse, and then that'll be it. Okay, like I said, I just had to cut up a couple branches, put them back in the tree line like I do here, you see? Hopefully to keep a little more wind out, you know, especially during the winter time. So that's about it, folks. We've done all of that. Plus, I haven't even got to all the things I've done. But yeah, a lot of propagation, a lot of trimming, cutting, planting. And pretty soon it's gonna get to the point where I'm just going around maintaining and pruning and watering and making sure that we have the best trees that we can get. So I'm glad you guys stopped by. Please come back next week. We'll do another video. Stay safe until the meantime.